Just gonna have fun brows today because we gotta test these out for 14 hours. I look like a different person. It's time for waterproof test. Hey girl, welcome to Emmarie Lane, where my goal is to find you the best beauty products with best prices. And in today's video, we're gonna be battling the new Rare Beauty Brow Harmony Precision Pencil versus a possible dupe, the Revlon Colorstay. You know that I love Rare Beauty so much, and I support Selena all the way, but I know not everyone can afford it, so I always like to find dupes that are hopefully just as good. I'm gonna be doing the Rare Beauty on my right and the Revlon on my left, just because I have a scar situation. I always like to do the dupes on this side. It's a little bit harder to deal with. Compare packaging, all that stuff. It's gorgeous. Oh, this is going to be darker for sure. That's okay. We're just gonna have fun brows today. Oh no, it might be close. The Rare Beauty one is a lot thinner than I thought it would be. Like from the picture, I don't know. It just looks thicker, and I think it's probably because it's a side profile. But the Rare Beauty one is thinner for sure. Starting off with the Rare Beauty. So I'm not gonna use any brow gel, brow wax, or anything like that because I don't want them to assist on how long they last. Hopefully they won't look too crazy today, but they're stubborn. Like, if I brush them up, they're gonna go back down in like 2 seconds. According to Sephora's website, it says it's a waterproof, sweat, and oil-resistant pencil with a fine angled tip to create precise hair-like strokes for the most natural-looking brows. Its unique rectangle tip makes it easy to draw on fine line-like hairs for a natural feathery look, or shade in sparse areas for a full effect. I don't know why I'm having a hard time reading. Not too creamy, not too waxy. It's important. Applies smoothly and evenly with just enough pigment you can control. The built-in spoolie easily brushes and diffuses the look for a natural finish. In the clinical study, 98% said the angled tip allows for precise detailed application, 98% said it fills in sparse areas easily, and 96% said it doesn't smudge, fade, and resist sweat and oil. It's a natural finish, like I said, medium coverage, cruelty-free, vegan, all the things. It is $19. So Rare Beauty tends to lean on the more affordable side when it comes to products sold at Sephora. It has 21 reviews with 4.5 stars. Good sign. Comes in 6 shades. I have it in the shade Rich Taupe. When they said it's a perfect balance of like not too waxy, not too soft, whatever they said. What did they say? Not too creamy, not too waxy. Yeah, they meant it. Let me show you. Nice. It does such a good job. You can flip it over to one side and get like a really precise line, or you can flip it over to the other and it'll give it just like a slightly thicker one. I really enjoyed that. Moving on, I will say this right now, you have to be so careful with this guy. I've used it before. It's been a while since I've used it. It is the most sensitive brow pencil I've ever used, ever. Like, I do not have an issue with accidentally breaking off brow pencils. You can't, what's the word? I almost said scroll. You can't twist it past like this point. Like, you can only have a tiny bit out at a time. So that's kind of a disadvantage. It's not the end of the world, but it does make things just a little bit more difficult. So according to Amazon, it says this brow pencil includes an angled tip to precisely fill in brows and brush and tame for a perfect sculpted look. It's waterproof and lasts up to 24 hours. The unique angled tip allows for fast, easy brow definition and color application. No sharpening needed. Comes in 5 shades. 4.6 stars with over 11,000 reviews. It's an Amazon choice. It is $7.97, so definitely a lot cheaper. Not the cheapest, but a lot cheaper. And I have it in the shade soft brown. So while I'm blending this out, I'll tell you something I found out the other day. I was looking for videos from last 4th of July to show in a video that I posted for this 4th of July because we go to like a hot air balloon festival every year. I literally could not believe it. I looked like a different person. I had no idea how much I had changed in a year because I only ever like record my face. Shoulders up, that's it. So I don't really get to see that much change. But I've been using this thing called Lumen. It's like a little device that measures your CO2 to tell you how much like fat you're burning versus how much carbs you're burning, and it helps you kind of figure out like the foods that work best with your body. I knew that I had lost a little bit of weight. Just to give you an idea, this is a video I took last week. It was, I could not believe it. And I had to tell you. And I didn't know when, so I wanted to tell you now. I feel like we're best friends and I just had to tell you. And I didn't know how to like just sneak it into a video, so I was like, I'm just gonna tell them. Okay, they look pretty dang similar. So I took the brows out a little bit farther than I normally do, just so you could see what it would look like to like extend the tail. And I feel like it looks pretty natural on both sides. I would say 9 out of 10 for filling in the scar. There's like a little tiny bit of skin showing, but like it's not enough to bug me. shiny. When it comes to how they feel when you're like applying them, the Revlon's just slightly more waxy, but not enough that I'm like, oh my goodness, they're so different. You just have to like not put quite as much pressure, which this doesn't need a lot of pressure. I feel like how they look, well, first of all, the shade match pretty dang good, don't you think? Like how they blend out, they just have that like slightly, if you've used waterproof brow products, you know what I'm talking about. It's just like that slightly diffused look that can look just a tiny bit not natural. These still look amazingly natural, especially for like waterproof products, but it doesn't look necessarily like I just have eyebrows like this, if that makes sense. No, it looks incredible, but there is just a price to pay when it comes to using like 24-hour waterproof brow products. It's currently 11:28 right now. I'm gonna go about my day. I'll check in halfway throughout the day in natural lighting so we can really see what's happening. I am going to do a waterproof test. We are gonna see. I already exercised. I didn't think that through. I should have waited to exercise until after. It's fine. I'll see you in just a second. We're officially at the halfway point. This makeup is something else. I did it for a TikTok and it's just ignore this. Focus on the eyebrows. The eyebrows are browing. They look exactly the same. Like I have zero complaints, no flaking. They've held their shape pretty well, all things considered. It's not absolutely perfect, but like they're still a little bit up. No fading, no smudging. I haven't done a lot today. If I touch my face, just purple hands, no brows. So we'll see what happens with the waterproof test. So it's 1:30 in the morning. Didn't do that on purpose, but that means we gotta test these out for 14 hours. Now we gotta examine. Basically the exact same, even the part that I like extended out on the edge. I would say the only thing is a little bit more skin is showing through on my scar. It's still not terrible. I'm not really that concerned. No smudging, no fading really, except for the little tiny bit. I didn't put any primer on today on purpose to see if any like oils or anything would mess anything up. I don't think that's really an issue. My brows are still in pretty good like position. They're not like all over the place. It's time for waterproof test. I'm gonna do like 10 squirts. Like I'm not gonna hold back. I'm just gonna be soaked. It's fine. I think that's good enough. I need to be able to open my eyes. I can't see great right now. Hold on. No dripping of any kind. Nothing's running down my face, at least on my eyebrows. There, I can see a little bit better now. My face is still really wet, but a good sign is when the water droplets just sit on top of your brows and they don't necessarily turn the same color as the brow product. They stay translucent. So let's see if anything comes off. Nope. Go a little bit harder. No product. Is it coming off? Not really, no. It's losing its shape a little bit, but nothing, man. These guys are good. I'd say both of these are like as waterproof as you can get with pencils. So this you do have a little bit more control over. It's not as sensitive and it's a little less waxy. That would be the only difference. I would say if you are wanting to splurge on something, it doesn't necessarily need to be this. This does a really good job. It's not quite as high end. The packaging isn't as fancy. The tip isn't as thin. So you do have to compromise a little bit, but not a ton for sure. I would say this is a pretty good dupe. Like you're good. Let's just say I think you'll be happy either way. Now, if you're more into the waterproof brow gel situation, I just did a video comparing the new NYX Zero to Brow waterproof brow gel versus one of their other really popular brow gels. So if you want to see that, you can click right here. I'll link everything I talked about in the description box below. Those links are affiliate links, so I do get a small percent of the profits if you use my link to buy the product, but it's not affected in any way. I love you so much, and don't forget that you are enough. Bye!